Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Budgeted for Later. My name is Mishania and we're kicking off our tutorial of Canva and iMovie because those are the only two programs that I use for this channel. They're all I need. Canva is just a chef's kiss. It is so great. I do all my graphics on there, and then iMovie, obviously I edit my thing. I don't need anything beyond that unless Adobe would love to give me a free subscription to their movie editor because that is top tier. I mean, iMovie and the Adobe one are the only two that I've ever used, so I don't know if it's top tier, but it's top tier of the two that I've used. So this is the first episode in our 5-day tutorial. This is my third record, meaning I already have 2 of the videos done and I'm doing this third one. I can't really tell you I can't verbally tell you what I will be showing you because I don't know what the other 2 videos will be about, but I will leave it somewhere here. It's here now. So yeah, let's get into it. Please do not mind any background things that you see or hear because we're not worried about that. We're just worried about the tutorial. So today I am going to start off with the first episode of this tutorial series with talking about and showing you how to make an intro and an outro for your videos. Now, I can't think of anyone on here that I follow that does not have an intro, and most people have an outro. But I do get a few comments on my intro, not a lot, but a few, and so it gave me an idea of, Canva, like literally I did nothing. I went on Canva, I found an intro, and I put my videos in there that I wanted to show of myself, and I maybe took graphics from something else and made my intro, and it really took no effort on my part. So let's get to my computer. Let me first start screen recording. That is the most important thing. I always forget what this is called. It's not FaceTime. What is it called? QuickTime. QuickTime is what I use to screen record my computer. Okay, let's start. New screen recording. Record. Now it's gonna act crazy because it always does this. So, first let me get sorted. Okay, here we are in iMovie. I am going to quickly go over how to make an intro in iMovie because it's very quick, and then I'm going to move over to Canva. So just go ahead and create new. You're creating a movie, though the trailers that they have are very cool. And you're going to go to background, and of all these backgrounds you have your options. I don't really have like a favorite here because I haven't looked at these in a while. They do have some new ones. I like this checker one, so I'm gonna bring that down here. It is just go with, okay? I do really like the checker one, so let's do this. This is 4 seconds long, but it is an image, so you can just extend it as long as you want your thing to be. And then there goes the like whirling. Every time I go and record my screen, it starts acting up. And then you can just go to titles and you can choose what you want to add. I'm going to choose this one. Ooh, can I put that on top? Yeah, and then I'm gonna say budgeted for later. Let's see what it does. Whoa. Okay, I see you. And I'm going to put this to the end because I want it to last until the end. So, and that's that. You can, I think, even, let's see, do I have an image? Let's bring you up for a sec because I don't know what's on my screen here. I'm just playing, there's nothing on my screen. But I had my pay stub up here earlier. I don't need anybody to know my business like that. Can I add on top of this? Oh, so you can add an image, but we don't want our image to cover up this pretty background. So what we're going to do is that we're gonna go here, cutaway. We don't want cutaway, we want picture in picture. There we go. And I'm gonna put this here. Hey, stop moving. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger so you can see my face. And then you put your video after here, and you go into your, hey guys, this is Michelle from Budgeted for Later, blah, 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 blah. And that's the intro on iMovie. Again, that's not what I'm here for, but these are options. You don't have to have a picture here if you don't. I personally don't like this picture right here, but again, it's just a quick tutorial to show you that you can make an intro in iMovie with very little headache. Okay, that was like a quick one. Let's delete all of this. We don't need you. We do not need you. And the music is gone because it was attached to one of those things. Let's go over to this. We are in Canva. I'm going to show you how to use Canva easily. So, first things first, type in YouTube intro here. I don't know if this makes a difference, but I always go to the one with the whatever, because this is Canva telling me that this is the size that we've made that will fit on YouTube. These are like official YouTube intros per Canva. So I go and I click on that and I get a ton of intros here. And this is what I do. My thing, I don't even know the one that I use here, but I found one that I really liked and I clicked on it. I inserted my video instead of the video that they have there, and then I took additional graphics from another video to kind of play around and make it my own. So I think if you saw my video and then you stacked it up against the video that I used to make my own, you wouldn't automatically think that they were the same thing. So that's like the main goal, is to make it your own. A lot of people don't like Canva because they say, oh, so many people can have your graphics and you're not like authentic, or not authentic, but you're not like unique in like your logo or your whatever. What I always do is that I have a starting point. My starting point are the templates that they already have for me, and then I change it to make it my own style. So I would scroll through here, find something that I like, 1, 2, 3 things that I like, so I can take a little bit of each from a little bit of something from each and go from there. Okay guys, as you see, scene change. So I'm going to do like a video voiceover of a video that I already screen recorded, and hopefully also this means that you won't hear the background noise of the fan going off, because it shouldn't go off if I'm not screen recording. So let's get back into it. I've chosen 3 intros that I like, and I think I have an idea of what I'm going to do at this point. This intro video here is really nice. It's like a B-roll kind of thing, but I'm not that creative, so I'm just gonna have a video, and then these other 2, I'm going to take like elements from them. So the first thing that I'm going to do is trying to insert a new video to replace this video. And the great thing about Canva is that you can kind of like drag your video over, and you see here I'm struggling. You can drag your video over and let it like find its way into the background. You're gonna see in a minute. This one had a background, or like a background square or rectangle over it, as you see right here. So that's why I wasn't able to drag it into the background. And the cool thing about this that they did is that they lowered the visibility, so it has this nice little overlay over it. I do this all the time, but I do it with white background to make it more like light and airy and whimsical. So you'll see me do it here. I like to play around with the visibility or the transparency here to get I don't want the richness of my video to go away, but I do want that like whimsical, like, you know, music playing, no sound in the background kind of thing going on. So I actually deleted the rectangle, and I know that usually the background is white anyway, so I can actually lower the transparency of my video instead of putting like an overlay over it. So that's what I do, and I'm testing it here, and it looks great to me. So I'm going to change up the title and make it my own. I'm going to keep this font and this color because I really like it. So now that I have that, I'm going to take this entire video, and if you see, a lot of times you can't right click and copy. So you just need to press Control or Command C. I can copy all of this entire thing and paste it over onto this. So I want this to join in with what I previously had. I don't like this background, so I'm going to change it because it doesn't, I'm really trying to get this video or this section of the intro to fit the first section of the intro. So the same kind of color, same like fonts. So I first delete everything that I know that I don't want to use and keep what I want. So I deleted the background and the subscribe button. So this intro uses videos. I actually want to use pictures. So I'm going to, this is another thing that you can do. You can, when you see things like these are called frames, you can drag a picture into it and let it capture your picture into it. And so it switched out that video that I had to a picture. And then if you double click on your pic, it will come up and show your entire pic, so you can just drag it for whatever you want within the frame. So I'm centering my picture and letting the parts of the image that I want, I'm dragging it over into the frame. So whatever colors I'm using within my document or within my my graphics or videos or whatever, the document colors up top it shows you all the colors that you're using. So it's great if I'm using a color on a certain font. I don't have to figure out what's going on. It's saved in the document colors, and so I can just like use it for my other things. You can put effects on your font, so you can make it all capital letters, lowercase letters. You can put a shadow on it. You can make it do an outline of the font. There's so many things that you can play around with your fonts, which is also why Canva is great. And I never use fonts in iMovie. I always use fonts in Canva and bring it over to iMovie. So one thing, if you want to keep things in line with each other and not move them so they're out of place, you can press Shift and click on, as you're holding down Shift, click on all the items that you want to move at the same time, and it'll move everything at the same time. That way it stays in line. So this, I wasn't sure what I wanted to take from this. I decided that I really didn't want much from this video, but I liked the like, comment, and subscribe with the arrows pointing towards it, so I copied that. But you'll see later that I end up changing the arrows because I thought the arrows, you could change the colors. Sometimes with the elements, you can change the colors, and you'll see what I mean by elements in a little bit. You can change the colors, but for this, because it's a moving pic, more or less, you can't change the colors. So I'm gonna go in elements here. I'm going to search arrows. And I'm going to find one that I like and that I know that will show up on that lighter background. So Canva does this really cool thing where it gives you guidelines to show you if your item is centered with the entire document or centered with something that it's close by. And so those purple lines that you see are guidelines telling you, hey, it's centered with this text, or it's in line with this text. You'll see more of it when I start playing around with my images. So here I'm changing the borders. I'm not a big fan of this black border. I usually prefer like a white border, but because this background is so light, the white is not going to show up. So I also love my green, that I saved this green into Canva under like trackers, and that's what I use for my trackers. So I like that green. So I'm gonna go in and change it to that. And I'm gonna change all of them. These pictures on its own looks really good, but I do like the light, airy look, like whimsical. So I'm going to do the same here. And this trick, I'm using the copy and paste here. I usually would just use the shortcut keys but I want you to see what I'm doing. So I'm copying what I have. If I have it clicked and I press delete, it'll delete the picture, and then I can just go and choose a color, and it inserts the white into that frame. So now I'm also changing the outline. This is something that I figured out earlier, is that I don't like the green on green. So I wanted the green to change a little bit to be lighter. So now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to change the transparency on this top image to give it that whimsical look. So it just looks faded and a little bit whimsical, and so it's really nice when you have music playing over it. I don't know why, I just like that. Like, these are nice and rich, but I like the like faded, like, you know, I don't know. Anyway, so I do the copy and paste for all of this. Again, you're seeing the guidelines that's telling me, hey, it's within frame, because you want it completely over the image that's below. That way there's nothing peeking out and it's like perfectly centered and on top of that image. So I just copied and pasted it for all 3 images, and that's that. So another thing that I'm taking from here that it's just laziness. I could like easily do an element and get like a square. I'm going to get this, or rectangle. I'm gonna get this rectangle. I'm gonna put it over, the train is coming, I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna put it over my image because I want like text on this. So here are the guidelines again that I was talking about. I'm adjusting and making sure that it's centered with my image. That's telling me that line going down is telling me that it is centered. And so I'm satisfied with it. I'm going to copy and paste it and do the same thing for all my pictures. So now I'm going to make sure that it matches up with the border on the images. And if you remember it, I changed the top border that I was going to change the transparency to. I changed it to that really light yellow, and so I have to do like an overlay of this with a really light yellow set to the same transparency to have the same color, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to keep doing that, where I'm going to put this rectangle overlay of the lighter transparent yellow to get that faded green as the image border is. That sentence does not make sense, but you know what I mean. And then I'm going to copy and paste this font. I do a lot of copy and paste, that way I don't have to like do extra steps. I want this specific font because I want the fonts to fit, so I just copy and paste it. Again, keeping with the color theme that I had from the first one, I'm using that very light yellow for my thing because it will show up on that green background. So another thing that I forgot to do here is that I forgot to remove the sound from my video. Now, this is very important to do for your YouTube intros. You do not want the sound, hopefully, unless you made a specific video for an intro that you're using whatever you're saying. Like Black and Blue has this voiceover that she does, and obviously she will want to keep that. So I go up to the sound and I just click the mute button, and now that sound is gone. At this point, I also noticed that my video is way too long, and then I remembered that I forgot to trim the video to just what I need. So you can go up and you have to be clicked on the video. So you see that blue outline around the video, you have to be clicked on the video, and then at the top, it will show you that scissors that you can click and trim it as you want and keep whatever information. I like to keep it, I used to have my intro very long. I think it was 20 seconds before. Now I try to keep it at like between 10 to 12 seconds because nobody wants to sit through a long intro unless it's really entertaining. For example, I don't know how long Black and Blue's intro is, but that intro is very entertaining and I always watch it. I don't know why, it's very entertaining. I also realized at some point that I left the information for this really great site on there, which I don't have a website, so it literally says this really great site. So I go ahead and delete that. Now at this point, if you have a Canva Pro account, you can go ahead and add music from the right tab. There's audio where you can add. Now, the weird thing about this is that if you're a Pro member, you can download your intros with music or whatever with music, and you have a license to do so as long as you have a Canva Pro account. So every time you're about to add that YouTube intro to your video, you have to download the file again from Canva because it renews you have to renew your license every time you use it. So you have to download it every time. I just realized that there are free music on here, so I don't think you have to have Canva Pro in order to have that license. For those ones that don't have the crown next to it, you can use it for free. The thing with Canva though, with the Canva Pro music, that you have to have this license, you have to download it. There's so many videos that I have on my page right now that have a copyright claim on it that says I don't have rights to the music. So I'll have like 10 that doesn't have the copyright claim, and then 2 or 3 videos after will have the copyright claim, even though I've downloaded it before I uploaded my video to YouTube. I downloaded it from Canva. So here I'm just showing you how you would like download your video, attaching, like connecting your YouTube account, and yeah, that's it. So what I'll do is that I'll go to Google and I'll try, I think it's YouTube Free Audio Library is what it is. So YouTube Free Audio Library, and go here. It should say Audio Library -YouTube. YouTube has all these free music here. All of this is free to use. Whoa, it's dark. I hope you can still see me. All of this is free to use. I didn't realize how dark it was. I'm not going to download anything right now, but you can literally hover over it and then go to download it. You can play a preview of it. Actually, it's not even a preview, it's a full thing. And you can change it, you can filter it based on what you want. So you press this filter button and you can say search track title, or you can say I want to choose genre, I want to all ambient sounds, and then, you know, choose your thing. But I already have music that I like, and so I'm going to go and find that. I have my graphics here, and I like these 3, so I have them down here. I like Lazy Walk, so that's what I'll use. So now that we have our intro video downloaded and we have our music downloaded, we need to bring it into iMovie and put this together. So I would just drop my YouTube intro video into the beginning of my video, and then I would drag the music into iMovie again and make sure that it's on the bottom of the intro. And then you want to do some adjustments. First, you want to make sure that your music is not too long. So a lot of people will cut it right at the end of the intro, or you can have it last for a bit into your video. So when you're in, like when you pop on and you're introducing yourself, you have that music still playing for a few seconds. And the great way to do this is to make sure that you have it fade out as you're coming in. So if you look at this, there's 2 arrows, right? There's an arrow that has a little butts, what do you call it? The true arrows. And then you have the arrow where it's just the 2 triangles at the end. That's the one that you want. So you're hovering over this little dot, this little circle, and you'll see the 2 triangle arrows, and you want to move that over. And the further you move that over, the earlier the fading will start happening. And the fading is just the sound going down, down, down until it fades out. So I like to make sure that the music goes into my video and then I fade it out, so it's not like doing this hard stop. And that's all I do for my intro. And so you would do the same thing for an outro. You would go to Canva, you would type in YouTube outro. I want to record this, I want to screen record what I'm doing as I'm recording this, but it's not going, like the sound is just too bothersome. So I'm going to try to do it off the top of my head and it might not line up. So you would type in YouTube outro and you would choose your outro. And again, it's the same thing. You can choose however much you want and take elements as much as you want from these different outros. For my outro, what I did, I didn't change much. I didn't care about it being unique. I really just changed the color of the background on the font. And the trick for your outro, you want it to be 20 seconds. Now it's fine if you make it less than 20 seconds. I think you can shorten the outro. The great thing about Canva outros is that you can kind of have it overlay certain things. That's why it's important to go through Canva, because Canva already has the outline set up in the place where YouTube would normally put those like boxes, right? Add your music as you did with the intro, except now instead of the fade feature being at the back, you want it to be at the front of your music, because you want to have it kind of overlay with the end of your video where you're like, okay, have a great day, great week, blah blah blah, bye. You want the music to start coming in. So if you like from the left, you do the fade feature, it starts coming in slowly and gets louder as it goes along until it fully gets into the music's volume. And yeah, so of course you would save this entire project as you normally do with iMovie, and that's it. So that's how you make like a really nice, beautiful intro and outro for your YouTube. You can save this, you can save these videos and just add it to the front and back of your video. Like I said, this is just information that I want to share because I love doing these things, and I hope this was helpful, even if it's not to make an intro video. I hope it was helpful in terms of using Canva and the different like tools that you have. Canva is such a powerful tool. Canva is a graphics thing and it's so good. So even if you don't have a pro account, it's so easy to use it as a free user. So please take advantage of Canva, and I'll see you in the next video, whatever that video is. Have a great day, a great week, a great month, a great year. I will see you next time. Bye.